So, Coach, it's almost daytime for you. The Wafu tournament in Benin is almost here, and you've already mentioned your 20-man list. So, how are you envisaging the tournament to be? How did you get these core boys, this squad of boys that will represent Nigeria in Benin?
Well, it's a good thing to let Nigeria know, the public know, how we have arrived at this level, and to God be the glory. Before we started camping, after the announcement of the new appointed coaches, we appreciate what has been going on, because I have the belief that all the variables who are involved in this preparation have really done well, ranging from the administrators, my colleagues, and the players themselves. Yes, of course, before we assumed camping, I met with my assistants and I gave them the platform to always to voice out how we can move forward. The assignment given to us is not for Bosso or for me and my assistant coaches. It's for the whole of Nigerians. If you look at it, when we started, we put up a template. Template in the sense that the players we are going to invite must belong to one or two of those catchment areas. The first one was those players that play in the last under-17, though they did not do so well, but they qualify and play in the World Cup. So that that last under-17 was supposed to be the what we call as coaches, the foundation team, where we not build upon during friendly matches. We do some check and balances, elimination by substitution. We thank God that those players that played the last World Cup in the Brazil under-17, automatically some of them graduated, about three of them in this squad now. Then those academy players that are playing different academy, but have experiences in the national team. Some of them have played the last under-20, the last under-17, and are back to the academy. So they now they don't play league, but they play in the academy. They still go back to the academy, but they have some experiences of the national team. Those again are played the under-23, but still within the range. Then another catchment area again was those Premier League players, those league players that are still within the age of under-20. We have to go for them. And before that, after doing the paperwork, I have to go to LMC to confirm. But they were there. I got about 32 players playing the Premier League that are still within the range of under-20. Then if you look at it, when I look at it again, we have 32. And another research was, out of these 32, what has been their performances in their club side. And when I now confirm it, out of the 32, 17 of them have never featured for their club for even one match. That again came about with something. And what was that? I have to check again. Those that play between 10 matches to, between 10 matches to the 25 matches that was played in the first, in the league, before the league was put on hold. I now got about none of them. So all those 9 were called. And when they are called, we now check, we look at it, try to balance it, and we're able to get this team, as it is called today, the Flying Goose, for this Wafu tournament. So after all, we now went for some friendly matches. We have played so far we have played about 8 friendly matches. Have not lost any. We have scored about almost 28 goals, with about 4 goals against. I think it's not a bad record. So let's see how we'll be able to maintain that record of not losing matches. I think for that is how we get this team out, as it is called today, Fly Goose for Nigeria, preparing for this Wafu Cup.
Okay, because briefly, how tough has it been? You mentioned getting players from using different teams.
Yeah, the toughness of the whole thing, some of the challenges we have experienced is about particularly the Premier League players. Some of them that have been called, now found out that in terms of documentation, technically they're okay, but documentation, because people like us who want to go into tournament with them, any player we're inviting must have a database somewhere. We have a record that we can rely on. But most of those players that were invited initially, you found out that some of them even have 2 passports. And some of them, documentation like that, problems. And when you have 2 passports with different ages, that means automatically you are out. So these are some of the challenges. Then another challenge we have was invitation of players from the Premier League clubs. Some of these players made the team, initial list was submitted. But when they started, those clubs started their involvement in the Continental, we have to release some of them. So if you release them for Continental, missing them for about 8 days to miss our training, automatically it was very difficult. So all those players we released for the Continental assignment cannot come back for this Wafu Cup, because it's all about concentration. If you release a player for a club and he's gone, we miss training session for about 8 days, and look at the little time we have to prepare. We have to prepare. So it's a lot of problem. They thank God we'll be able to get it right. We have liaised with the clubs to get these players. Those that we cannot manage the situation, we allow them go. We look for immediate replacement for them. And thank God we are good to go.
Okay, going into the tournament proper, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, strong rivals in West Africa. How are you looking forward to those matches?
Well, I've said it with that number. Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, good group. But as far as I'm concerned, it will be the easiest group. Because if you look at it, if you can just come out of that group, you're already in the finals. And if our biggest problem now is just to win our first match. And winning that first match is what we're preparing for. The last game we played was an experimental team of the match, the starting lineup of our first match in Benin Republic. See, whatever we do, I try to give try to put some orientation to these players. You are going for a tournament of this magnitude. What are you supposed to do? Train your players against all odds. So when they are used to training against all odds, prepare their mindset towards it. Let them know why they are there, and let them know what we are doing every program we are trying to embark on. I think that will help us as a nation.
Okay, Coach, finally, on a personal and professional angle, what are you looking for what do you hope for towards the Wafu tournament?
We have no excuse if we don't qualify. So the most important, their target is we must go and qualify. Then after that qualification, if we come back, we have room now to invite other players now to keep fighting for this. And I believe the Flying Goose being under 20 cadet is just a developmental stage. And I believe those players we have from ground, take my word, 2, 3, 4 of them will be invited to Super Goals in the nearest future.
Okay, Coach. Finally, message to Nigerians.
Yeah, message for Nigerians.
We love to win everything.
We have the team. We all have the will to win. All we need for the Nigerians is the support, prayers. They are going to be there.
Thank you so much.